we have an amazing group of teachers. They have a knack for their subject. They have a knack for their kids and how to make the kids successful. They have really high expectations, and the thing I like about them the most is how creative they are.
We have a lot of big ideas, and so it's fun to bounce things off of each other and see what we can do for our kids.
Our entire biology team is really good at building relationships with our students. They all feel very comfortable to come ask us questions, not only during our classroom, but afterwards, maybe even coming to talk to us about things that are going on in their life in general. That relationship that we all can build with our students opens up a lot of doors.
We do a really good job with our team. It's not just about any one individual, what they bring to the table. It's that we have a good flow.
It's not something that's just happened this year. It's been a continual process. We've taken things that we've learned from previous teachers of biology, like Jamie Haid, and we've taken them and we've kind of tweaked them, and we keep adding to them and try to make them a little bit more fun and more learner-centered, and just keep trying to add to the activities and speak to the different ways that the kids learn, and just try to teach the same thing in a bunch of different ways.
There's no excuses that comes out of the biology team. And when I say no excuses, I don't mean fussing. We fuss a lot. We fuss a lot about the test grades. We fuss a lot about a student who may not be coming to school. We share pretty much everything, like I said before.
In our classroom with our biology team, we're really good about giving them the backbones of the material. We kind of tell them what they need to know, and then we kind of let them run from there. They have to do research, they have to figure things out, but by just giving them those backbones, and then they have to actually learn the material, I think it makes them in control of their own learning.
We often stretch the kids by the type of questions that we ask. We try to ask high-level questions, but more so by having them do a lot of readings. And those readings, 9 times out of 10, do not correlate directly with the district test. They correlate with new knowledge, something that I might not even know, that I might have thought was interesting, or we might have shared amongst each other and, so thought that was interesting, thought it was interesting, and hey, I'm gonna show this to the other teachers, and then we decide to show it to the kids and see what they think, have them write about it. Just going deeper so that the kids can open up their minds, so that they can learn to think on different levels.
We don't go into tutorial time and just give them another lecture. We require them to be autonomous, and they've learned to come in, figure out what the activity is, and get started, which is very minimal instruction. But we try to design these activities so that they're challenging and that they have to use the resources that they have in order to accomplish them, like say their Cornell notes. Most of our teachers in this biology department use Cornell notes. So, when we see kids struggling, say, get your notes out, look at your notes, remember what a cell wall is, which does it match, and then they eventually can get the puzzle put together, but it's challenging for them, and that's what we need. We need them to have a challenge and then to persevere through that challenge.
Actually, my favorite project is the human body project that we've done that you guys can see here. They're really cool. The kids really got into them. We did a lot of work. We spent 3 days just kind of researching different body systems, and then we spent 3 days in learning about the body systems that the kids didn't focus on themselves.
Is the protists lab, where they take pond water and they get to look at all the various protists inside the water. They like to dissect the flowers and learn all the parts of the flowers. The gel electrophoresis, where we take DNA and separate that and make DNA fingerprints, they tend to enjoy that one as well. So we've got lots of activities that we enjoy.
I would probably go Kingdom Book. It was true project-based learning, and they did a really great job with it.
My favorite project every year is our cell project. It's in the very beginning. They have to come up with a cell. It can be an eye cell, a muscle cell. I've had lots of really cool rod cells from the eye, and they have to come up with a 3D model. It's really cool. They have to make a research project, and it kind of really gets their feet wet with the projects in our class.
I'd have to say the one where we did a cell project and we had to make a diagram, a 3D figure of it, and that was really hands-on, and it helped me learn the different cells in the body.
My favorite so far is the Kingdom Book, because we got information from the students, not just the teacher.
My favorite biology project would have to be the body system one that we just did.
All right, and why would you say that?
It would probably be the most coolest, because I got to learn a lot of the stuff on our own, and that's what some teachers don't really allow that to learn on our own. They want to teach you everything, and Miss Simon kind of let us do the learning on our own this time.
We have tremendous support for the biology team. Our department head, Paula Kent, is phenomenal. She comes up with these amazing STAR tutorials for every Tuesday after school for up to 90 kids at a time. She also is really awesome at having any kind of manipulative that we want. She does everything.
Our coordinator of science for the district and our associate principal, they made sure that the curriculum was aligned correctly and that things were taught in the proper order. One of the things that I think a couple of years ago, something that's made a really big difference, is that they made sure that the pre-AP scope and sequence and the academic scope and sequence were the same scope and sequence. So although they may not teach to the same depth and complexity, they're teaching in the same order. And what that has allowed to happen on this team in PLCs is that sharing of ideas. Because I have super creative people on the academic side, super creative people on the pre-AP side, and when they come together and start sharing ideas, it's phenomenal.
Obviously, Kate York has done a great job as well. She's kind of supported us in whatever way we've needed it, and she's kind of let us do what we do. She's been hands-on to the point where, you know, hey, this is what you need, and I can give it to you. But she also knows that, you know, our job is to teach these kids, and I don't necessarily need, you know, her in my room every day to help me with that. So she's done a great job.
Miss York, who's over biology, our head principal here, Mr. Spann. Communication with them is so positive that there has been many failures since the 3 years that I've been in McKinney ISD. And they have all turned into successes based on their response.
Shelly Ladd in the front office, Miss Ladd, she schedules, makes sure that the schedule is clear for us if there's a conflict with the room that we use. She also knows and understands what we do and supports us in that setting up that room for 60 kids to come to a tutorials with manipulatives and materials, it takes some doing, and so she makes sure that the maintenance staff, they're so kind and good. They come in and set the tables up any way they want them, and they're just there when I get there. Miss Alexander, who is Miss Gaskell's secretary, and she takes care of the office aides. The office aides will laminate these for me. Y'all cut them out. You've stuck the little magnet on the back for me. You put them in little baggies and get them organized, and you have no idea how much that helps us. The bookkeeper for the district, Miss Carrie Dunn, hands down, science has probably the hardest purchase orders to put into the computer because our words are this long and probably nobody knows what they mean but us, and our lists are this long. I may have a word this long for a $2 item that I need, and we put in a lot of POs. Mr. Spann has been so supportive of this team. We have to ask a lot in terms of budget because we need a lot of things, and he always does the best he can to get us whatever we need. He's very generous. If he can do it, he does. Another thing that he provided for us was an aide for Miss Venezuela and myself. Miss Venezuela is the math specialist because she is phenomenal. She works very, very hard. I don't think she knew what she was getting into. She had me as a teacher, so she knew she was going to work hard in some capacity. She works very hard for us. But it's not really the job that they do, it's the way that they do it. That you feel like they want you to be successful. They want your kids to be successful. And that in doing their own job, they feel like they're part of the team too, that they've made you successful.
I feel really prepared. Like they've really done a great job of preparing us with notes and videos and all sorts of activities.
I feel pretty good. Coach Moss has been nailing stuff into our heads so we won't forget it.
The instruction we've been given helps me learn better by keeping me engaged and thinking all the time.
Oh, I feel very ready. It's going to seem pretty easy because probably the hardest things we've done is during the school year, and the start won't seem really that hard compared to what we've done.
I feel very prepared because the teachers love to engage themselves with their students and encourage further knowledge and understanding because they know how important the STAR test is and we know how important it is.